reason boss, the armchair boss, with his own inimitable take on Brazil taking on Colombia in World Cup qualification in the CONMEBOL region. As far as the reason boss is concerned, life must go on without, brace yourselves, without Neymar Jr. Called back to the Seleção after returning to Santos after a very much checkered time in Saudi Arabia. Dorival Jr., newly installed coach January of 2024, called up Santos's Neymar Jr. to return to action following his ACL injury, severe injury against Uruguay way back in November, I believe, 2023. Since then, the Seleção have been going through some of the worst times that I can remember as a Brazilian Seleção fan from as far back as 1982. Oh God. There's been a bungle of ups and downs over the years, but one thing has remained consistent. Every World Cup, the armchair reason boss has seen Brazil as one of the genuine contenders for a World Cup. However, my lord, just as Pep Guardiola, I'm wearing this as the Pep Guardiola tribute, just as Pep Guardiola has realized that after 4 back-to-back Premier League campaigns and wins, sometimes a fall, a come down often results. Brazil need to kick on. They need to kick on without Neymar Jr. How can you be relying on a 33-year-old to bring the creative juices to a Seleção? Let's look at the likely lineup for the Seleção against Colombia, Luis Diaz and company. It's going to be in Brasilia. We've got Alisson in goal. We've got the likes of Arsenal's Gabriel Magalhães. We've got PSG's Marquinhos, central defenders of the highest order. However, you look to the right, Guilherme Arana. Who he? No Cafu. Who's on the left? Home of the great Roberto Carlos. Vanderson. Who? Man, let's kick into the midfield. Once we had the likes of Kaká, Mauro Silvas, Dungas, Ronaldinho's, oh God, Casemiro. Now we have Newcastle's Bruno Guimaraes, still not fully settled into wearing the Seleção jersey, El Canaria. Joel Linton, workman-like Joel Linton in midfield. Oh God, I've not seen the likes of this since God knows when. I'm telling you, since Neymar donned the jersey and represented for Brazil 2014 Home World Cup. Colombia took him out. Back injury. Like, share and subscribe. But my lord, in 2014, Neymar Jr. was the shining light for that Brazilian team. However, the likes of God, David Luiz broke down, couldn't manage. Neymar out injured, and we all know what happened. 7-1. Oh God, I remember it was. Do you remember where you were? Do you remember where you were? As Brazil were taken to the proverbial cleaners with no change. 7 goals to 1. The likes of Oscar could not handle it. I was working at the National Theatre, sitting on my chair, awaiting an interval. Up comes one of my colleagues. Hey, Rich, I know you're a Seleção fan. I know you're a Brazilian fan. Do you want to know the score? You want to know the semi-final score? I said, hold tight. Before I could say hold tight, I could get the tight out. Before I could. 4-0. 4-0. I can't, in truth, remember what thoughts went through my mind at that stage. But my lord, I've not seen the likes of it since. And yet, fast forward to today, Brazil have been struggling. No creative juices. No pattern of play. None of the big figures. The Ronaldos, the Rivaldos, Where are they today? Neymar Jr. We can't rely on Neymar Jr. to carry the Seleção. The man has been injured and injured again. We need the Raphinhas of Barcelona up front. We need the likes of Savio of Manchester City. We need the likes of Rodrygo of Real Madrid. Are you feeling where the reason bus is coming from? Am I speaking? Oh, God. We cannot rely on Neymar Jr. He still is one of the men who could possibly help the Seleção lift a World Cup. He could lift the World Cup in 2026. I think the best chance for the Seleção with Neymar to lift the World Cup came and went in Qatar in 2022. We now need a collective unit. That's what the reason boss is saying. A collective unit is now needed. More than the sum of the parts, we need a unit. On paper, man for man, Vinicius Jr., a man who has simply not got the job done for the Seleção. He has not looked anywhere near a Ballon d'Or potential winner. He has not looked like one of the world's best players. He is flattered to deceive. I am not taking back no talk. Vinny, can you find it in yourself to produce, link with your colleagues? Will Dorival Jr. be that man to bring the team together? The likes of the great Tim Vickery, South American footballing expert, has questioned Dorival Jr.'s credentials. A journeyman manager, some have said. The best I can say for Dorival, and I'm holding out hope for Dorival Jr., is in the sense that when he has players of talent, he allows that talent, just like a good cup of tea, to brew and come to its fullest fruition. I'm hoping that Dorival Jr. will encourage the players at his disposal, maybe some of the best players that he's ever worked with. I'm hoping that Dorival Jr. would allow them to express themselves. I hope it's not one of those scenarios where the players don't respect the process. Previous Seleção manager, Chichi. Oh God, the quality manager, 2018 and 2022. Brazil were viable contenders for the World Cup. 2018, Vinicius Jr. wasn't around, but Neymar Jr. was. Came back after injury at PSG, and he still was the man who almost led Brazil to 2018 success in Russia. However, it was not to be. Belgium did for them. Casemiro, outstanding CDM, had a yellow card in the previous game. In came Manchester City's Fernandinho. We then saw that there are levels to this thing called football. The likes of, oh my God, Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne ran riot. Oh God, even Marcelo was exposed. There is no Marcelos now in the current Brazilian team. The Seleção will have to pull up. Wagwan, yes sir. The Dominator. Yo bro, I can see into the shadow realms through those. Like, share, subscribe, big up yourself. You're gonna laugh. The Dominator. Your phone. Oh, put your phone up a bit. Is that, let me see. Is that better, sir? Is that better? Is it? Hey, big deal. Shout out to you, big deal. Big up yourself, big deal. Are you a Seleção fan? Are you a Seleção fan? Are you a Neymar Jr. fan? I hope you are a footballing fan. Welcome to the Reason Boss Armchair Fans Edition. Brazil need to look beyond Neymar Jr. I'm calling it as I see it. Meanwhile, Jamaica will be taking on St. Vincent. Don't laugh. No tittering now. Big deal, no tittering. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in Gold Cup qualification action. There are levels to this. The likes of Leon Bailey may be on show. Ethan Pinnock of Brentford. Leon Bailey of Aston Villa may be on show. We'll see it and believe it when that time comes and goes. In the meantime, Brazil will be taking on Colombia in the wee hours, GMT time, Friday morning. Will it be victory in Brasilia? An outstanding home record for Brazilian World Cup qualifications was broken. Brazil lost. Oh, God. Oh, God. Bad memories. They've been unbeaten in World Cup qualifications at home for the longest while records are meant to be broken. What's going to happen going forward? We shall see. Brazil need to operate a life without Neymar. Neymar, I believe, will have one last swing at it in 2026. I believe that the Seleção will make World Cup 2026. 6 teams automatically qualify from the CONMEBOL South American qualification region, with a 7th going into the intercontinental playoff. But Brazil need to have their players step up and make it count. Guimaraes and Joelinton, is that a classic crack, outstanding Brazilian midfield? We shall see. The ball is in their court. Do they have the cards? As Trump said, do you have the cards? Brazil, do you have the cards? I say you may not. Your former suggested otherwise. The likes of Savinho of Manchester City, flattering to deceive, beats one player. And yet the crosses of quality are not simply coming in. Are we going to rely on the likes of Igor Jesus? Are we going to call on the likes of Gerson in midfield? I'm counting on Neymar Jr. Cool. I'm counting on the players to close their eyes and think back to the classical days of Brazil. Honor that jersey. Remember what that jersey means as they take on Luis Diaz's Colombia, and then a certain Argentina, maybe minus Leo Messi, out injured. But that's going to be a big game away in Argentina. I've been watching Brazil. Like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling where the Reason Boss is coming from. Since 1982 edition, the likes of Eder, Socrates, Dr. Socrates, Zico, Junior, the galloping original left back. For my days, oh God. Taken up by Italy. Oh, Paolo Rossi. 1986. We're talking about Socrates again. We're talking about the great Josimar. We're talking about Zico coming in for one last hurrah, missing a penalty. That's another matter. You need to wear the jersey and believe in yourself. 1990, we had Dunga, Careca, taken out by a certain Diego Maradona and Claudio Canigia. They were viable contenders to lift that World Cup in 1990 in Italy. My lord, like, share, subscribe if you're feeling where the Reason Boss is coming from. We moved to 1994. I was in Jamaica, sweet jam down, as Brazil lifted finally into the hands of Dunga. Came that World Cup with the great Romario, Bebeto, Mauro Silva, Mazinho, Leonardo, Aldair. Am I right? Early edition of Cafu, the debout, Zinho, respect. Big up yourself, Naya Bingy. Big up yourself. I was in all of my ball out. Fire! Fire! As Romario took care of the likes of Sweden. Took care of the likes of, hey. Cameroon, where are you going with? You think, all that. 1998, Ronaldo Nazario, R9, previously on the bench. It takes a player to keep R9 on the bench. That's the level we're talking about. Romario was at 1998. Big up yourself against Denmark. Big up yourself against Holland. Big up yourself against Scotland. Taken out by Zinedine Zidane. Henry and Company, 1998. Respect to France, deadly team. 2002, Enter the Dragon. R9, the return of R9, original R9, you better believe it. Rivaldo debout, Ronaldinho debout. Hey, Lucio, big up yourself in defense. Marcos in goal, oh God. 2006. That man Zinedine Zidane gave the likes of Herberto, gave Gilberto Silva all the trouble they could ask for, gave R9 in his veteran stages, but beating the World Cup record for goals scored until taken over by that German. Anyone remember his name? My lord. France did again, 1-0, Thierry Henry at the double. My lord. those French. But Brazil was still viable opponents. That was probably as bad as it got, as far as the reason boss is concerned. 2010, hey, Elano, Elano. That's a brother that I would like this current generation to look at. Elano outshone the likes of Robinho and said, yeah, man, Manchester City, Elano, shone in that tournament, 2010 in South Africa. Outstanding contribution until crocked. And then the likes of Hernandez came up short against the Dutch. Dunga at the helm as a manager this time. How they didn't get across the line. It was a tough 2010. It has not been as bad as it is now, circa 2025. This Seleção needs to step up, or it's in danger of being the worst Seleção team that I can remember. Do you want that label? Do you want that label? You really want to be that? You really want to be that guy? Do you really want to be that guy? You really want to be that team? Hey, listen, send a bus out, like, share, and subscribe. The reason boss is sweating. Let's have some Jogo Bonito. Shine, shine. This could be an omen. Like, share, and subscribe. E Brazil. Viva Brazil. Big up yourself, reggae boys. E Brazil. Big up yourself. Raphinha. Big up yourself. Gabriel Menezes. Big up yourself. Vanda who? Oh, God. Arahu. Oh, God. Oh, God. Marquinhos. Have a word. Like, share, and subscribe. We need to do it without Neymar Jr.